Hello YouTube and welcome to our comparison video between the HTC One and the Samsung Galaxy S4. Both are the new Android flagship devices. Compared in length, the HTC is a little bit longer and the S4 is a little bit wider, therefore it's also thinner than the HTC One. Let's do a quick tour around the two devices. On the left side of the HTC One we got our micro SIM card slot. On the S4 we got our volume buttons. On top, both devices got the headphone jacks, both devices got the infrared ports here, and the infrared port on the HTC is also the on-off button. On the right side we got the volume bar for the HTC One and the on-off switch for the S4. On the bottom we got our microphones and our micro USB ports. On the back side we got the aluminium big not removable back cover of the HTC One, and we got the removable polycarbonate back cover of the S4. Under here you can exchange the battery. You got a micro SIM card slot and a micro SD card slot, and we got a speaker on the S4 here, and it's protected with a little plastic so that you can still use it lying flat on a table. Cameras. 30 megapixel camera on the Samsung S4 versus a 4 megapixel camera on the HTC One. But don't get fooled. Both devices make great pictures on outside and with enough light. But when it gets dark, there's only one winner, and that's the HTC One. It makes great pictures in the dark. If you want to do video, you definitely want to choose the S4. Better video camera quality here, even though the autofocus is sometimes a little bit hard to get used to. On the front side there is no hardware button on the HTC One, but there's one on the S1, and this is one thing I really like here. We also get front cameras, 2 megapixel on the S4, 2.1 on the HTC One. Both make good pictures, but video quality this time is reversed because the HTC One is definitely making the better videos with the front camera. Both devices record in full HD. Sound quality is better with the HTC One while recording. Home buttons. There are only two buttons, touchscreen buttons on the HTC. A back button and a home button. No app switch button. You have to push the home button twice to switch the apps. On the HTC we got 3 buttons, one touch bar, physically pressing home button here, one menu button and one reverse button. No app switch button, and this is a little bit frustrating. You have to hold the home button to be able to switch apps, and if you want to do this quick, it's not that quick. If it looks quick in the video, but if you're actually using it, it's definitely quicker on the HTC by pressing twice the home button. And overall both devices come with Android. Both devices put their own user interface above it, but the HTC is definitely faster. App switching, moving around, scrolling, all the stuff is definitely smoother, way smoother than on the S4. Both devices got enough power, 1.7 quad-core, 1.9 quad-core CPU. Both devices got 2 gigs of RAM. But the S4 HTC is definitely faster than the S4 in daily usage. When a big app is first loaded, if the app is running, there's no difference in it. Both devices got enough power for heavy graphic games and all the stuff. But the S4, the HTC One is smoother. So overall, which one should you get? The HTC One comes in 32 and 64 gigabyte without being able to put a micro SD card in it, and this is fine. This is enough in my opinion, you don't need a micro SD card. The S4 is here in Germany only available with 16 gigabytes at the moment, and you only can use 8.8 gigabytes of that. For everything else, you have to have a micro SD card, which won't support apps being installed on this. So if you want to have big apps, the micro SD is not an option for you. You have to wait for the 32 or 64 gigabyte version. Don't know when it will be available. Both devices cost about the same, about 630 euros here, but they are in a heavy price fight right now. So, and as always, Android prices for the new flagships will drop rapidly, even if in autumn the new iPhone comes out. If you can wait, I would definitely recommend to wait, even if you want to buy just only one of those devices, not an iPhone 5 or not the new Nexus generation. Which device you choose, this is up to you. Oh, I've totally forgot about speakers and display here. Stereo speakers on the front of the HTC One. They are definitely the best speakers that I've ever used in a smartphone, but they are no match for even the normal standard mini Bluetooth boombox from Logitech or all the stuff. This is no match for smartphone speakers. This is a whole different league, but they're still the best speakers. Display quality, we got 4.7 inch versus 5 inch here, and we got IPS LCD technology versus Super AMOLED technology. Colors are a little bit brighter on the Samsung S4, and there are less reflection on the S4 definitely, but the HTC One gets brighter. Outside, both devices can use without any differences, but in my opinion, I like the IPS display of the HTC One better. When it comes to battery life, there's a winner. The winner is called S4. At the end of the day, you get around 10 to 15% more than on the HTC One. So let's see. Build quality. Both devices are great. I like the HTC One in my hand definitely better. Speakers win for the HTC One. Camera quality, rear camera S4 winner, front camera HTC One. Speed, definitely the HTC One here. But power on the paper, definitely the Samsung S4. But will you notice it? No. Then what's about updates and software? The Samsung got a lot of cool gimmick features, air view, air gestures, and all the cool stuff. If you're a giga nerd and you dig this stuff, then the S4 is the way to go. If you just want to use a standard Android phone with high build, high quality, then go with the HTC One. But in both cases, wait. If you can wait for them to drop in price. What about Android updates? We only got Android 4.1.2 on the HTC One, but already Android 4.2.2 on the S4. Does this mean anything? No, because Samsung is not really a fan of bringing the newest Android version updates to their phone. Just takes S2 or S3 as an example. HTC is a little bit quicker, but you don't get any guarantee for both devices that will get the newest Android version next year. Fast on those devices. So this is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video, and bye.